I served an unapproachable God. Well, I served the high priest who served an unapproachable God. Until that night. I've been hearing stories about Jesus calling himself the Son of God. Seems like that was all the high priest could talk about in those weeks leading up to that night. That's how I refer to it now, that night. Well, we followed Judas into the garden because he knew exactly where Jesus would be. And when we got there, well, Jesus looked upset. It seems like he was the only one awake. And there were others there that when it was dark and it was hard to see them. But Judas, he walked right up to Jesus and called him friend. I just called him friend. Well, that I could hear. But the next thing I know, there was a flash of a blade, and blood was flowing down my face, and I got quiet, and I was dizzy, and then Jesus touched me. I'd heard about his touch. Sometimes he touched people with dirt and spit. Others he would touch with his hands. But it wasn't just his hands. It was a look in his eyes. Something in that moment just broke me. Everything I heard about this man had changed in that minute. And when he took his hand away, my ear was, well, perfectly fine. Well, that night, they had a mock trial. They kept making up all these crazy accusations. And Jesus, he just stood there. He just looked. So compassionate. They said all these things about him, and he looked like he was sorry for us. Well, the sentencing happened. And Pilate happened. And then the crucifixion. You couldn't deny what was happening. The darkness, the earthquake, and then the veil. I was in the temple when the veil ripped, the loudest crack I'd ever heard. We were all there when the veil split in half. Even I knew what that meant. That meant the unapproachable God was now approachable. He invited us all in. God was on the move.
Amen.